Country Garden is on deadline to meet its debt repayments. If they are not able to do so, how grave is the problem, you think? What sort of can of worms would that open?
Okay, from the property side, still a drag for the economy. So last year, from the investment perspective, it's minus 8%. So this year, hopefully, we think it will improve a little bit to minus 5%. But the previous data actually is disappointing. But now, currently, we think that probably this year, hopefully, on the new policy supports, and will be negative, similar to the last year, negative 8%. So currently, policy, in my view, is stabilize the property market as a whole, including like a stimulate some of the demand and also give the support
just a moment there. Yifan, just a moment there, because we are getting live pictures of President Putin arriving in Beijing. This is, of course, the Beijing Capital International Airport. And this is a widely tracked event because he's going to be meeting his dear friend, as many copies are reporting, in showcasing a no-limits partnership. And the timing of this trip turns out to be very interesting as well, because it comes at the backdrop, of course, a raging war in Ukraine. It comes in the backdrop of a raging war in Gaza. And so it will be interesting to watch for what comes out of this high-level meeting where President Putin meets his friend, as he calls him, that is President Xi Jinping. And so this high-level deliberation and this high-level meet and greet would be an important one to watch out for. They are, of course, trying to put out a message of deep mutual trust, as well as a no-limits partnership between China as well as Russia at this stage. We'll keep going back actually to those pictures, and as and when more developments happen. For now, this is President Putin stepping down with his entourage in Beijing. Okay, Yifan, you were making the point about, debt restructuring in China, as also you were making the point about how the property sector has no solution in sight as of now.
So for the property sector, I think that this year, it's I should say it's called stabilized. I think that just hopefully the neck drag will not be larger than last year. So in our view, and even for the next year, I think for the property sector still will be the drag for the economy. And this year probably still around like minus 8%. Next year for the investment property will probably hopefully narrowing down to the minus 3 to minus 5%. We don't think the property will be turn to the positive, but as long as it's becomes smaller drag, I think for the economy, I think it's already some of the efforts, we can say the efforts of the make the market stabilized. But in terms of the some of developers, I think it's the market is still in the process of restructuring. Probably some of the merge acquisition cases we will see, but we don't think for the developers can be bailout in the short term.